Good morning, everybody. I'm going to show you the first card that we're going to put together for the online card class. So this is the Scarecrow that I came up with. And when you get your packet, you're going to have everything inside. So let's scoot him over here so you can, I think, still see him maybe? Yep, you can still see him. Good. So all of your pieces are inside. And I just take them all out. And for this one, for his hat, I use the ornamental envelopes die that's in here. Let me show you real quick. I started out with this big one, but then the card was really big, so I had to cut it down. So then I just stepped down to this piece right here. So I'm going to show you basically what I did, and then I'm going to do a video because I want to do a girl Scarecrow, and I'm going to do it after this one. I'm just going to show you how to put this one together, and then the next video will show you how to make a girl Scarecrow, because I can't make it right now because I have to go to Joann's. I have to have some of these little googly eyes for her eyes. Won't she be so cute? Look, she's got eyeshadow on. It's going to be so cute. But I will have that later, not today, tomorrow. But what I did is I cut a piece of 2.5 inch by 6 inch piece of designer series paper, and you just lay this across the top, run it through your big shot, and then just make the little tabs on the end for his, and make it like a hat shape, and you can make it whatever shape you want at that point. So just cut it down, and I used I make a template, and keep a template in case you want to make a bunch of them, and then that way you can just freehand cut after you get it exactly how you want it. Isn't that cute? So this paper did come from a paper pumpkin that I had because I couldn't get this paper in time. So I thought the paper was really cute. So in yours you'll get a blue one and a green one. I'm going to put this to the side, and let's put this together. So all of your pieces are here. And I'm going to show you this piece of burlap, and this is what I used for the fringe of his hair. And all you do is you just pull them apart like this. So just take your fingers, and don't throw this away, because I think this looks like the fringe that's going to go on the girl's hair. What do you think? Either that, or I'll turn it into pigtails for her. I think it'll be cute. So always keep your pieces. You know, you never know what you're going to use them for. I'm going to put this one over here so I have it for after a while for our other video. So what you do with this is you just put it together, and I'll show you when we get to that step. So we'll put this to the side right now. All you want to do is you want to take this piece, and this is 3 3/4 by 10, and of course I'll have a PDF for you, and you score it at 5, and you just take your glue, run it across the top. It doesn't take, you know, a whole lot of glue, so you just want to make sure and bring it down as far as you can without that crumb cake peeking out. If it's easier to lay it on the other side so you can see it, by all means do that. Like I said, it doesn't take a whole lot of glue, and it doesn't matter if his hat is kind of crooked. You just want to make sure that it covers up the crumb cake at the top. Scarecrow's hats, you know, they get all blown around by the wind, and so there you go. All you want to do is make sure, and I don't like to glue this down all the way in case I want to stick the fringe under his hat. Before, I just stuck it under the ribbon, but if you want to, you could actually put a line of glue here and stick his fringe in here, and I'll show you what I mean. So let's put that to the side. Alright, so this is the fringe for his bangs, or whatever you call them. So I just put them together. You have 3 of them, and you just cut them. So do keep them in threes. You don't have to if you don't want to, but just for my brain, this is the way that it works best for me. We all have ways of doing things that make sense to us. Okay, so let's put these together. I just dropped the one I did. Alright. So then you need some kind of good tape. This is from Stampin' Up. It's the tear and tape, so you don't have to have scissors for it. You could put this under his hat if you wanted to. If it's easier for you to put it on the brim of his hat, you're going to have to put tape on there anyway. So just put tape on here too, and see what you like to do. You know, it's your card when you get it. However it makes sense to you to do it, because your ribbon's going to go across here. Isn't that terracotta tile really pretty against that blue? Really pops really nicely. So depending on how you want to do it, you can get your tear and tape under here and peel that liner off of it and get your fingers under there. So then you just take your little pieces of burlap and just stick them under here, and you can trim them later. You don't have to trim them now. You can see where his eyes are. If you need to trim this up, then you can trim it later, and this will actually help your brim stay down too. Just stick some more in here. As much as you like, you know, to put these in here, you can put them in there. If you don't like a lot, you don't have to. Get a bunch over here. Put one. I do try to put them more to the side so that his eyes aren't all covered up, but you know, get our bangs down in our eyes all the time. So what you want to do is you just want to press that down, and then you need to come in with your eyes. You just always dry fit them first, and that means don't put any glue on them at first, so you know where you want them to be. And then if you need to move your bangs over or whatever, just, you know, move them to the side. Need to move the eyes a little bit, you can always do that. So you're going to just take that. And for his nose, I did cut it a little big, but if you notice mine, I cut it down. So just take it and you cut it however big you want it. If you like it that big, keep it however you like it. So just try to fit that. I liked it a little bit smaller. Then you put his cheeks right like this. And these are his for his eyes. And you're going to need a gel pen. Hopefully you have one of those for, you know, the little sparkle in his eyes. Let me just do it right like that. Just like a semicolon or something. Just so it makes him have some personality. So then that looks good. Of course, I don't see my little flower. Kind of weird. That's okay. I got plenty. Here is the other green that you're going to get in yours. So I think that's really pretty. Okay, so here's a flower. And all the flowers are different that I put in there because I did cut it out of a sheet of the flowers for every season, and I just fussy cut them out. So they're all going to be different. They're not all going to be the same. So I hope you like them. You know, I had a bunch of them, so I just, like, I thought this one was cute, where it would, you know, just kind of sit underneath the ribbon a little bit. So I think I'm going to use that one. If you need different flowers, let me know. I'll be happy to send you some. I got a few left over, and I can always send you a sheet of that paper if you need it. So let's just put this together. So I think it looks really good like that. And then you'll need a marker. You can use black or you can use early espresso for his mouth. So if you have your cheeks where you want them on here, then I use the small tip first so that I can just get like the little smiley for his face. Isn't it cute? I love it. And that's all you do for his mouth. And then if you want to make it bigger, you can always come back in, or you can, if you want it darker, come back in with your black and go over it. So you'll need the white gel pen. Stampin' Up! Does sell them. You'll need some kind of marker for his mouth. So I'll put these to the side. So then you'll just peel this liner off. And then just put your ribbon down. So then just take your flower. Cute. Love it. Okay, to the side. And then these little flowers. These came from another paper pumpkin that I had. So why not use them? But you can use any of your dies to cut these. I think there's one that is in the Magnolia Morning that has these flowers that you could just pop these out. And then for your bird, you're going to need to trim him or her a little bit. And what I do is I put a little bit of glue on the back side just so that it lays over top of the other bird. So line up his beak or her beak, whatever the case may be. You don't want too big of a beak on it. And then you just come back in and cut the pieces off that you don't need. What you want is just a little bit of reinforcement behind the bird, and then the cap doesn't peek through the bird either, you know. And it doesn't have to be perfect because you're just going to put it down on his hat. So just trim that up. You don't want a square stomach. It probably doesn't look very good. So just move his legs out of the way and just come back in and trim around. Okay. Oh, I cut his leg off. Sorry, birdie. I'll have to stick that back on there. Alright. Gonna need some surgery. It's early morning, can you tell? I need some more coffee. Alright, so let's stick his leg back on. Sorry, bird. You know, sometimes things don't go to plan. Just go to plan B. It'll be alright. Okay, so let's put that on there. So then we're going to put this for his eye. And you will have the black rhinestones. And just stick that right in there. Alright. So let's put all of our circles down. So let's put this for his cheeks, nice and rosy cheeks. These ones are really easy this month. I figured the last month was a little bit harder, so this month you get a little bit easier ones. So let's just stick his nose in here. I like it at an angle, like that. So then let's glue his eyes down. And if you notice around the nose, there's stitching. And I just did that with my marker, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Put his eyes down. Okay. Cute, right? Like it. Alright, put the lid on that. Then you can just come in with your marker and just the little tip, and then just make your stitches around his nose. Like somebody stitched his nose on. If you don't want the stitches on, you don't have to. I think they're cute. And then if you do get glue on there, you just come in with a little eraser, a white eraser, and take that glue off once it dries. It hasn't dried all the way yet, and I don't want to smear his mouth right there. But I think it's kind of cute. So if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call and let me know. Like I said, I'll have a PDF out as well, probably tomorrow if you need it. So have fun. Bye.